Welcome to an audio version here on the PGTK podcast covering GrappleQuest 2, and interviews for this episode are returning guests. So if you want to hear both these guests' episodes on the podcast channels that you're following or on YouTube, the first guest is Caine Carter and the second will be Brick Savage. GrappleQuest 2 has been such an interesting event to see because this is wrestling at its purest form, and I can't wait to dive in to give these interviews a go, and I hope you guys listen to this episode in its entirety. So let's get it going, and without further ado, here is Caine Carter and Brick Savage. We ended with GrappleQuest 2. We have 5-star Sugar Caine Carter. I got that right?
Yes, thank you for getting both nicknames because people like to call me one or the other, but it's both. It's 5-star, 5-star, 5-star Sugar Caine Carter.
There you go. Because it's interesting because you've been a face, at least with the matches that I've seen so far, you've been a face for quite some time. To turn heel, how did that dynamic change when you started turning into a heel, especially here in Borracho?
Are you asking me as a performer that really caters to getting booed from the crowd, or are you talking about a performer wrestling-wise, like within the four corners? Because it's a different dichotomy for both.
Because, especially, is the crowd such a huge difference maker when it comes to whenever you do turn into a heel or face?
It's definitely a difference maker because I can control the crowd and make them think, and also make my opponent think that the crowd gets under my skin, but my skin is tougher than ever. I may act like the crowd gets under my skin, but it's all a ploy, so the guard of my opponent gets down, and I just capitalize on it right there.
One thing that I find interesting is Raising Cane's became a thing.
No, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, okay? That is the dumbest shit I have ever heard, okay? I call myself Sugar Caine Carter because everything I do is too freaking sweet, okay? I know Raising Cane's has some good sweet tea, but that is just horse shit right there. That is the dumbest nickname anybody could ever give me, and for the crowd to try to get that over, it makes my blood boil. Raising Cane's isn't even that good.
I mean, the sauce isn't that bad, but to hear that reaction and hearing that, did it caught you off guard, or did your skin actually start to really toughen as each of those Raising Cane's chants kind of come out of nowhere?
It got under my skin at first because it was new. I've had wrestlers who poke at me, call me Raising Cane's, but to have a crowd, a whole house of people who pay good money to come see the talent that I have on display, and to turn on me like that and to give me such a blasphemous nickname, it got under my skin for a while, but it toughened up really quick. I didn't let it get to me.
It's resilience too.
Absolutely. You got to have tough skin to last in this business, and if you have a moment of weakness where they do get under your skin, you better make sure that you tighten it right back up because they'll eat you alive. And I'll be damned if Sugar Caine Carter gets chewed up and spit out like a piece of candy.
We'll talk about another promotion, and with Heart of Texas being the official home over in Waco, having this exclusivity in a wrestling promotion, even on an indie scale, what was the thought of being the official face over at Heart of Texas?
Heart of Texas capitalized on a market that was left wide open in Waco. And with that market that was left wide open in Waco, there's other promotions that would also like to come in. There's no other promotion in Waco that is going to outdraw and outperform the talent and the quality that Heart of Texas has. And I know that, and they know that, and it was only a matter of how much it was going to cost to sign me exclusively to Heart of Texas in Waco.
Besides monetary, how much trust did ownership say, hey, you're going to be that face? Did it take a long time to be at that point?
No. I wouldn't say it was a long time. Maybe on calendar paper it was a long time, but it was just something that was inevitable to happen. I grew up 40 minutes from Waco. Anytime I wanted to go to the mall or the movies or a skate park, I couldn't do it in my hometown because I live in a small hometown I had to go to Waco. Waco's like a second home for me. I root for the Baylor Bears. I love their college team. It was only a matter of time before these people of Waco realized that I'm one of them also, and they were going to get behind me. And with a crowd of 200, 300 plus people who could pack in a room and exceed the fire code for the Waco Convention Center to come see me, that's just money waiting to happen.
And I'm going to end this conversation. I think we've had this question before, but I'll twist it a little differently. If you were in the same room as Caine Carter, who first started to be in wrestling training, what would you like to talk to him about?
I would tell him that everything that he plans on doing is 100% correct. I wouldn't take anything that I've ever done back. Any fans that I've made enemies out of, any wrestlers that I've made enemies out of, any promoters that I've made enemies out of, and trust me, there's a few promoters out there that don't like me. I would tell the younger Caine Carter, don't beat yourself up for anything that you do. The decisions that you make are for a reason, and they're gonna get you to where you wanna go. Because I feel like right now I sit atop of a mountain, and that mountain comes with 6 championships across 5 different promotions. That mountain comes with pay raise after pay raise after pay raise. That mountain comes with trust, not only in promoters that enjoy working with me, but promoters that know I'm an asshole but can make them money. So I would tell my younger self not to change a fucking thing.
And it's always the forward progress whenever that happens.
Absolutely, and as long as you're moving forward, you can have moments where you pause and you sit and you reflect. You can even have moments where you have to take a couple steps back. But as long as you continue to put in the effort to take that next step forward, you will always progress. If anything, you'll always be satisfied knowing that you put in that effort. I can't look at myself and know that I didn't try to take that step.
All right, thank you so much for your time, Caine.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, always.
We're going to end our audio adventure here. We have Brick Savage, the Borracho Pro champion. How are you?
How am I? I got kicked in my goddamn face.
Oh, boy.
I got kicked in my goddamn face. Are you kidding me? This is my moneymaker. They kicked me in my goddamn face, so I had to murder him. I'm a little irritated.
That was like the second time that you've had to do that.
I'm a little irritated. Okay, the first time, my bad, okay? My bad. I don't know what to tell you. My bad. This time, that's on me. That's on me.
Okay.
He kicked me in the face, made me bleed. I'm a little upset, so I had to murder him. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
And to have the championship with the Borracho Pro Championship and having your dad be with you at that moment, what's the feeling like being with him to get that title a few months back?
When he was there, I felt a little moment of being proud of my accomplishments, but I wasn't done doing the damage I needed to do and really get the point across of all the years of grueling work that he bestowed upon me. And at the end, you really get to see the true colors of what I was birthed from. Because if anybody knows the Texas legend of Bobby Too Bad, being a hardcore, tough son of a bitch, that definitely really showed everything that I learned and was taught and brought up through being in the ring with Necro Butcher and my dad, whooping my ass when I was younger. Now I'm just whipping everybody's ass like I got whooped when I was. That just is what it is. So to me, I'm just like, cool. This is what I was taught. Now you guys are getting the shift when I was younger. Now, so there's a really good feeling of being proud of doing all the work that I've been doing, and that was a cultivation of that. So.
And another belt that you're getting is the Heart of Texas, Championship, and different territory, different city, but to show your worth in another promotion and getting that title, that must have been, I wouldn't say overwhelming, but that must have been a problem moment for you to carry 2 belts, basically 3 for PWF. We'll get to that.
I have 6 belts now.
Oh God, okay. I
have 6 titles.
I got fake news. That's what.
I have 6 titles as of right now.
But with the Heart of Texas in particular, to have that additional.
Yeah, it was one of the recent ones. I've been with Heart of Texas for a while, a long while. I was the first dual champion there. So I've been carrying that company for months on end. putting myself through hard-ass matches, triple threats, as many obstacles as possible, and then being able to climb that mountain still, even losing both of those championships, not even to a fault of my own,
Right.
just being put in stupid matches where the odds were stacked up against me and somebody else loses, and I still lost the chance. So, fighting back from all that and climbing another mountain hill with people who were there co-owning it and they're not there anymore, and shove it in their face. It was a good accomplishment and a feel-good moment for me, but I'm still pissed off about everything.
Yeah.
The whole, even going that far, having to climb that mountain in the first place.
But
It just pisses me off.
But speaking of that, because now you're the official face of Heart of Texas.
I think I've been the official face of Heart of Texas for longer than just a few months, for the past
But to make it official.
2 years.
But to make it official on social media.
Yeah.
How much has trust played into being the face of Heart of Texas?
Like I said, it's been since I won their. At first, it was the ACW televised championship. Then they switched it to the Hot Network championship. It's been since then, because every time they'd put on a match, I was one of those marquee attractions that everybody wanted to see. Then I got the dual championship, and it's still carrying that when I wrestled Stackhouse and Fatu all the way through that. So I feel like there was always that expectation out of me to put on a great match that was enough to earn the fans' trust and worth their ticket just for my match alone. So that is a heavy burden, but I was always going to deliver. That's how I like to roll.
Yeah, and I'm going to end this conversation too. And you were a guest, so I'm not going to do adolescents. We're not going to do that. That's far beyond that. But if you were in the same room as Brick Savage, who's gone through wrestling training on the first day, what would you like to talk to him about?
Brick Savage wasn't Brick Savage then. Brick Savage went by a different name then. But
Yeah.
Don't worry about anything; it'll all be all right, and just stay as tough as possible. You'll make through it. That's one thing for sure that I would want to say to younger Brick then, for sure. That's it.
There you go. So thank you so much for your time, Brick. And that is the end of the bonus episode of the PGTK podcast. We will be back to our regularly scheduled release on Mondays at noon. And let me tell you, this episode is going to be just vibing. You can follow Caine Carter, Brick Savage, Borracho Pro on their socials, which is on the show notes. But also follow this podcast at PGTK Pod on X, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Spotify, the whole 9 yards. So I can't wait to share who this guest is next week. And as always, thank you so much for listening, and on to the next one.